Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here. And in today's video, I want to uh, discuss a common question that I get from you guys, which is, after how long, if I quit weed or if I take a break, after how long will I start to feel normal? Okay. So this is a very common question, like I said, a question that I had for myself. And if I could create some context, what happens is, at one time I was so used to smoking marijuana, and my body and the chemicals in my body were so used to having marijuana on like clockwork that when I removed marijuana in my lifestyle, I noticed a significant drop in, I want to say, positive emotion, right? And so what happened was, I'll quit weed, and then the emotions I'm dealing with are like anxiety, boredom, angst, unease, discomfort, like unsafe vulnerability, worry, concern, paranoia, emptiness, aloneness, suffering, stiffness, right? Just a bunch of like these like really poo poo places to be, right? And so, like anyone would want to know, it's like, when is this all going to be done? When's this going to be healed? Now, I want to share one thing first, that yes, there are withdrawal symptoms that can come strictly from cutting marijuana, right? Like common symptoms are like dry mouth. You might have jitters. I know I've felt at times like really up and down, high and lows. Like I'll sleep in my bed for 12 hours. Energy's off. Okay, so that's to be expected. Now, in terms of when will those things subside, those things should significantly subside within a month. Like those type of symptoms, the headaches and the jitters and the up and down, high and low energies. What may not go away is certain levels of suffering, like your sense of boredom, your sense of anxiety, your paranoia, your worry, concern, a sense of loneliness, emptiness, disconnectedness. Those things may not go away simply because you removed marijuana. Consider that some of the issues that you're going to experience when you take a break or when you quit are issues that you had even before you ever smoked. Okay, or they're issues that you've picked up along the way, but they have nothing to do with smoking. They have everything to do with you as an individual. Okay, and what I mean is, and this is, I want to be very clear here, is that just because you quit marijuana doesn't mean your life is all of a sudden going to turn to rainbows and sunshine in 6 months. Okay, and this is where giving marijuana responsibility for how our lives are going is a mistake, right? It doesn't, just because you smoke marijuana doesn't mean your life is going to get better or worse. I can pull a billion examples of people who smoke weed and succeed, and people who don't smoke weed and succeed, and people who do smoke weed and fail, and people who do smoke weed and, you get what I'm saying? And so, if after some time away from weed you still don't feel right, consider that it's not that you need to smoke weed, it's that the issue you're trying to attack has nothing to do with marijuana. Okay, let's think of, for example, feeling disconnected. That's such a common one. And that's an issue people face even if they've never smoked weed before, never did drugs before, okay? Feeling disconnected is a common human experience, especially in today's age where we live on our phones and it's hard to be open with people and we don't want to be judged and we're trying to look good and make an impression and have social status and all this stuff, right? And so if you're someone who still feels anxious, paranoid, and disconnected, okay, that has nothing to do with marijuana. And the irony is that marijuana will likely temporarily fix that feeling for you. Okay, but if you're someone who wants to feel connected on your own, just because you quit marijuana, that doesn't guarantee anything. So then the question is, how can I solve these various issues? So consider that some of the things that you're going to experience when you quit weed, there's more work to be done. Okay, and that might upset you because it's like, well, my expectation was to quit weed in my life, everything turns better. No, okay, you're on a great first track. But now it's time to, look even deeper and to discover new solutions for the problems that you're facing. All right. So, for example, let's cover anxiety, like depression and disconnectedness. Okay. So the reality is that if you go and smoke weed again, you will get a temporary solution. However, my assumption is that you wanted to take a break from weed in the first place so you can solve these issues. Because no matter what, no matter how much weed you smoke, you'll never be able to solve these issues for real. You'll always be dependent on the marijuana, okay? Because if you get your sense of connectedness and your sense of relaxation purely from marijuana, you'll always need it in order to achieve those feelings, which is something I imagine most people would want to achieve. So the question is, how can I feel connected and relaxed in other ways than just utilizing marijuana? How can I be independent from marijuana and still feel connected, happy, at ease? And this is where taking a break or quitting from marijuana is so powerful, because you remove this one entity. Let's pretend this is marijuana. You remove marijuana from your life, so now you have a big gaping hole that needs to be filled, right? There goes your connectedness, there goes your peace, there goes your relaxation. And in order to have that back in your life, you need to rebuild it, right? So for me, it's like, okay, I realize that if I'm feeling angsty and I want to just like chill out for a second, I'll just watch an episode of my favorite TV show for half an hour. Oh, there's some relief. Or it's like, all right, that's why people recommend cold showers. That's why people recommend meditation. That's why people recommend exercise. These are all ways for all of us to live a balanced, healthy lifestyle in ways that are optimal, right? Because it's more optimal to go on a walk to achieve relaxation and health, as opposed to like smoking a joint. And the reason is because it's just more sustainable, right? It costs money to smoke weed. The smoke from the weed itself is not that great, right? So this was all a long-winded way of saying that just because you quit marijuana doesn't mean things are automatically going to fall into place. Okay, quitting marijuana is the first step, or taking a break from marijuana is the first step. Just like, drinking more water is the first step to being healthy and losing weight, right? But it's not the only thing. Just because you cut out fast food doesn't mean you're automatically going to eat vegetables, right? And so consider that there's more work to be done. But instead of whining like, oh my God, I have to do more, see if you can be excited like, oh my God, finally there's another approach I can take that can help me out. Because like I said, I keep saying in this video, just because you quit something doesn't guarantee the improvement of something else automatically, right? Don't get me wrong, it will serve in many ways, but just because you cut something out doesn't mean you're gonna, it's like, you gotta replace it with something that is better, right? So anyways, I hope this was helpful. I know I said the same thing like 70 times, but sometimes these messages require that kind of like, pounding. But anyways, I hope this video was helpful. Comment down below what you learned and maybe something that you're going to take on moving forward for yourself. But until then, I'll see y'all in the next video. I love you all. Peace.